Hello again. Hope you're having a good day or good weekend. This is a weekend I'm making this little tape. I just gave up, I guess, that now you know how old I am because I said I'm just making this tape this weekend. this video, I mean. Um, there are a few little things that I want to share with you tonight, especially with our younger friends, about financial health in your older age, which I'm sure every one of you, just like how it was for me, don't even think about the old age and don't even want to think about saving something for the old age because you all think that you're very capable, ambitious, and you're going to make millions through your life, and you will not need any kind of insurance or investments portfolio or any kind of a security for your old age. And as you know, I don't know where you come from, where you're listening to this or watching this video, but I have a suspicion that no matter whichever country you're from or you're living in, by the time you're old, your governments will not be able to really help you in a really substantial way. Maybe there would be some social benefits, social security benefits, some monthly, I don't know, retirement plans that a specific government may have. And believe me, that is not even going to be close to any kind of a comfort. Forget about lifestyle, any comfort or paying the basics at that time. So you got to be thinking about it now. The key is you can do and put together a old age security plan for yourself. But provided that you will choose that package, whatever it is, to a level that you can afford. So there are a few things we're going to be talking about. Number one is going to be your, in general, is about how you can have a healthy and good, comfortable life with a hopefully good ending, as far as we're in control, because there are many things in life that we're not in control. First of all, let's finish the subject of choosing your mate. Now, I'm talking about from the boys' point of view, but girls can simply substitute boys for girls and girls for boys and look at it from their point of view. In order to choose your partner, first of all, you must understand you got to choose a partner who has ambitions, who has plans for her life. She wants to have a career. She wants to be productive. She wants to make some kind of leave some kind of a signature of herself in life by doing things that she plans. She has a plan. She's educated. She's capable of helping with the financial well-being of the family that you guys plan on creating together. So my suggestion is stay away from partners, whether you're a man looking for a woman or a woman looking for a man. Stay away from partners who don't have any ambitions or plans for the future and they just want to be just there, veg, or somebody else go work and the other one comes and enjoys, which is fine, but that comes along when you are planning to have a baby, and then together you will decide how you're going to handle that. But before that, which is going to be way before that, when you're in the process of selecting and choosing your mate or your girlfriend, or if you're a girl, your boyfriend, make sure that person has a plan for life, is educating yourself in either academic way or in a experienced way, working in a trade or a position or an institute or a company that has ways for him or her to go up and take the steps of ladders of success. Otherwise, if you just want to, be together with someone based off just looks and hotness or love, it's all good, but it is not going to be considered as someone who can contribute to constructing the building that you're hoping to build for your life. In other words, the core family, the well-being of that family is not going to be helped by her or his contribution. So it should be someone who is capable, and for being capable, it has plans, it has training or proper training or in mind to be trained, educated, or is being educated. So that's one thing. Now, going back to what we were talking about, When I was very young, I bought an insurance package for myself for my old age, or which I would be able to cash it out when when it's 20, 30 years past, and so on and so forth. But it so happened that I wasn't disciplined enough to continue it, or I remember there was tough times and there was not enough money for me to continue paying the amount that I had contracted to pay for that package to stay in force. So what happens is you default from your payments because you can't, and that's fine, because what happens is whatever money you have accumulated in the package of the insurance to that point, the insurance company usually they take that whatever money is there which belongs to you, and they pay for the monthly dues that it was supposed to be paid, that you were supposed to continuously pay. So within a few years or a few months, whatever wealth is accumulated in that package, it eats it up by itself. So that's gone. That's no good. So for knowing what to do, really, there are a few things that you got to do. First of all, make sure you do take a look at Robert Kiyosaki, who teaches how to become wealthy, or how to understand wealth, and how to make and keep and increase the amount of wealth that you have by the plans that he describes to you. In very short, in couple of sentences, couple of things that I'm going to tell you about his teachings and things that I have learned in my own life that I recommend for you to do is, first of all, if you get your hand on some good money, a little bit, buy things that you can always turn it into cash. In other words, it's an asset. In other words, it's not something that you would constantly have to pay in order to someday to have it all paid off. Because as it's been explained to you in many different economic teachings, other than the academic teachings, because they don't teach that stuff there, what you're paying for to completely get it paid off someday, while you're paying for it, is not an asset, it's a liability. And so we want to stay away from all liabilities as much as possible. So what you want to do is to buy perhaps some silver or some gold, perhaps if you have some money, buy something that pays you some cash flow, whatever it is. If it's a business pays you cash flow, if it's a complex that you have a share in there, housing complex that you buy a share in there and they give you some money back every month, but it has to be secure. You got to make sure that yourself. Or it's a real estate that you have a mortgage on it, but you have rented it, and so it's paying for itself, paying for its mortgage, and pays you a little bit, and that now then becomes an asset because now pay. So in other words, whatever is going to pay you is an asset. Whatever you got to pay for it and doesn't pay you is a liability. So you want to put most of your money or whatever you can into vehicles like that, which will either go up in values. For example, silver apparently is very needed in all industries, most industries, and there's limited amount of it, and they're not able really to always recoup what was used and recycle it and so on and so forth. So there's a limited amount, and that usually tells you that the price will go up eventually. It's a slower process, but it's possibly a good alternative to consider and study on it. And remember, everything I'm saying here, you got to do your own due diligence and study on it. Don't say just I said this and you went and did it, but consider it and then make your own decision. So gold, silver, you buy a little bit of it and you just let it be. And things like real estate, if you can afford it, that pays you some money back, that's something that you can use that money and buy more, which will pay you again. So you're increasing your cash flow. Another thing that you can do, you can also do simple things, such as maybe instead of having one bank account, having all your money in the same account, which would be the money that you make, you put it in there, and then the money that you're supposed to pay for your rent, for your car, for your gas, for your fun, for your restaurants going, for your utilities, for your telephone bills, for your electricity bills, all come out of one account. Usually that could, if you're not really disciplined enough, it could be confusing, and you end up spending the money that is supposed to be for the hydro, for the electricity. You end up spending it for, let's say, I don't know, rent, or for some movie or restaurant or a date or something. And in that way, you still think you have money because there is amount of money in your account, but you really don't know how much of what you have spent. The budget for your going out is maybe finished, but you don't know it because there's still money in there. But that money could be already earmarked or allocated for your gas money, for your transportation, for your telephone bills, or whatever it is, television bills, whatever it is. So what I suggest is you maybe can have a few accounts. One account to pay your rent, and another account for your fun, for the money that you need to just, that this is only for that, and another one for your utilities, and then one more to have your savings in it. So a little bit of money, that income that you make, you put in your saving and forget about it. Okay. And the other one is for your utilities, and the other account is for your fun, and the other account is for your expenses such as rent and car payments or insurance payment or whatever it is that you pay. So 3, 4, 5 accounts will give you that understanding of when you can, at any glance, you can see how much money you got left for your fun amounts, for your rent, have you paid it, or you're not going to be taken away from what you're responsible for. Because for taking the money away from your bank account for the purpose of, let's say, vacation or whatnot, you'll go to that certain particular account, which is for your fun. You won't make a mistake of taking it from the rent money or hydro money, electricity money, utility money, or your savings money. They'll all have their place, and you'll be totally in control. So these are little things that I wanted to share with you tonight, and some of the other things we can talk later. But just make sure that you will have a career. If it's not a career, a business, something that you will be able to confidently make money. And for whatever it is that you're going to be doing, I have a hunch that you will eventually end up selling something. And if that's the case, that's where I do my plug here. You can go to www.maximumwillpower.com. www.maximumwillpower.com. That has a little bit of a taste there to give you. In other words, you put your email there and your name, and automatically an email will be sent to you, which gives you access to looking at the table of the contents of this book that is called How to Become a Super Salesman. Secrets of How to Become a Super Salesman. And to do anything and make any kind of money in our world, we need to know how to sell. And selling is a beautiful game that all you have to know is to know how to play the game so that both sides will win. And in that case, transaction takes place and you make your profit, you make your commission, and whether you're working for a corporation or for yourself, you need to know how to sell. So, MaximumWillpower.com. Have a nice evening, and talk to you guys later.